What's going on, Packers Nation? Welcome back to another video of Packers Latest. I am your host, Taylor Bretl, keeping you up to date on the latest news on the green and gold. Green Bay Packers, a happy Saturday to all of you watching out there, and a huge shout out to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring this video. If you want to sign up for Underdog, feel free to scan that QR code right up there. When you play your first $5, you can win up to $75 in bonus entries, so you don't want to miss out on that. I am on the road, this is from a hotel room, but hey, I want to still get these videos out to you guys, so I hope the setup's okay. I hope the audio's okay, because we got a busy show ahead of us today. I want to start this one off talking about all the news that has been surrounding Rashan Gary. Not sure if you guys watching out there has seen any of this or if this will be new news to you, so let's get into it. So Rashan Gary announced on his Instagram with a graphic basically saying, thank you, Green Bay, thank you. I'm appreciative of my time, all those things. I'll actually read it for you right here. This was posted on his Instagram as an official post. In quotes, this whole thing says, "When I got the call in 2019, it was one of the greatest moments of my life, and it always will be. The opportunity to represent Green Bay and Packers Nation across the country and around the world is something I will never forget. Like all chapters in my life, this one has come to an end. I want to thank everyone who supported me and my family throughout the years. The love, the energy, and the memories mean more than words can explain. On to my next stop. Nowhere near done yet. All 6'5", 275. Can't wait." So this was an entire graphic. You can probably definitely find it on X or online somewhere because it trended like crazy. This was a graphic. This was a post that got everyone believing. I mean, Adam Schefter posted that Gary was being released by the Packers. I believe Jeremy Fowler, lots of other outlets posted that Rashan Gary was no longer with the Green Bay Packers because they saw this graphic and they said this is signaling that the Packers told him that he's going to be released, because we know with, the space that he's taking up, he is likely to be released nonetheless, even after this incident. Even though he's still on the Packers, it is still a very likely scenario. So this is absolutely crazy to me. So now you kind of see how this all unfolds after it. So not even an hour later after this, Rob Demovsky posted on X saying, "And now it appears Gary has deleted this post from his Instagram account." Not even an hour after this was originally posted. Then about 10 minutes later from that post from Demovsky, it says, "Per source, Gary has not been told he will be released or traded. In fact, his Instagram account was hacked per the source." So what a wild day. I mean, I originally saw that, and, it's unfortunate to see. I wasn't shocked because, again, I believe that, or I am expecting that Gary will not be with the Packers, but it was just wild that it got the attention all the way up to Adam Schefter to post that Gary was gone, and then you realize it was fake. But do we think it was fake? This is what I want to leave you guys with. Feel free to leave it down in the comments below. Do you think that this was fake, or do you think he accidentally put something out there earlier than when the Packers officially told him he was gone? Because I'm sorry, like, if you're hacking into an Instagram, making a graphic of Rashan Gary and posting that, like, did someone really go through all those steps to do that? I don't know. I've seen speculation. People are saying you're crazy to believe if someone actually would make a whole graphic like that for Rashan Gary and post it. People are saying, why not go for bigger athletes? I don't know. People have all these crazy takes on it. In my opinion, I think Gary accidentally posted this and then had to take it down. But again, it's all speculation. It's all messy. Who knows? Literally, maybe later today, he will actually officially be released. And who knows? We'll see that same graphic up on his Instagram. But I just find this whole situation kind of odd, kind of weird, but definitely had to bring it to your attention. So the big question now is, what if Gary actually is gone? Like, what if Gary does get released because it's expected, it's likely to happen? What will the Packers do, to fix the defensive line? I have a lot of notes here. In my opinion, I think the Packers should retain the talent that they have, especially Kingsley Enagbare. He just finished his fourth year of his rookie contract, which was a 4-year, $3.9 million contract per spot rack. And I think that Kingsley Enagbare was very solid, even getting minutes and playing time over Gary when both of them were fully healthy. Enagbare was giving more production and getting the minutes over Gary. I think that he should come back with the Packers. Maybe it's a shorter term deal. Maybe it's only a 1-year deal. Who knows what the Packers would really try to work out for him. But I really liked Enagbare, especially what I saw this season. I think he could be a great guy to get back. But you do go into, the younger guys. You go into rookie Barron Sorrell, who was the 4th-round draft pick out of Texas, getting drafted alongside teammate Matthew Golden, who was taken in the 1st round of the same draft. Sorrell, another guy getting time later in the season when he got healthy, and he looked very, very phenomenal, especially in that game against the Vikings to close out the regular season. I think the Packers have young depth that they could have at an affordable price. Sorrell already on a rookie contract, a fourth rounder level contract, and Kingsley Enagbare, you have that connection with the Packers. If they want you back, maybe it's an easier yes for him to agree to a contract. Will be interesting to see how all this plays out, but feel free to leave in the comments down below. Who do you want to see the Packers get? Because again, you got to think about it. They have Micah Parsons on the other edge, so it's unlikely that they're going to get two superstars, especially with what they have to pay for Parsons, so it's going to have to be a cheaper option. You got Sorrell, who could move up. I would love Enagbare being back. If not, maybe the Packers draft someone else. Maybe they go for another younger option that could be cheaper. Not fully sure what direction they'll go, but we still have to wait to see when this Gary news is real, is official, because lots of speculation there. My final take on that, I think he accidentally posted it, but very well could have been someone could have made a graphic, hacked in, and done that as well. A messy situation, to say the least. But before we get into the next point of the episode, I have to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Today on Underdog, I'm looking at the Milwaukee Bucks and the Utah Jazz. The Milwaukee Bucks 0-2 since Giannis has come back, but the Utah Jazz, not really one of the top talents in the NBA. I think it's a get-right game for the Bucks. I think it's a get-right game for Giannis. So I'm going Giannis to go higher than 26.5 points, which is something that he has not done in those two games since returning. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today and use promo code FOOTBALLFAN to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code FOOTBALLFAN. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus. 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska. 19 plus in Colorado for some games. 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms DFSTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1-878 or text HOMI 467-369.
I welcome you back to Packers Latest. Now we're going to get into some contract talks, talk about Xavier McKinney, who restructured his contract with the Green Bay Packers, really helping out the Packers with their cap issues. Very nice that Xavier McKinney and the Packers could agree on these terms. It was first reported by Jeremy Fowler. He posted on X saying, Packers are restructuring safety Xavier McKinney's contract for cap space per source. Will convert his salary of $4.25 million to a bonus. So very nice that the Packers could restructure a contract. We know the money issues that they're in. We know that guys like Gary are still on the roster, a possible name that could have been freed up to help them with money issues. He followed up that post saying Green Bay converting his salary and roster bonus, which would bring his overall cap hit to under $10 million. So with this move, the Packers are now under the salary cap with about $2.7 million. Still not really that great. It's 23rd in the NFL at time of recording, but it's nice that the Packers are, finally being able to get under the cap. You look at McKinney. I talked about that is the cap hit is under 10 million with him. It originally was a little over 19 million. So to move from a little over 19 million to slightly under 10 million, a huge jump. Very nice that the Packers could agree on that with Xavier McKinney. McKinney, in my opinion, that offseason signing him and Jacobs was one of the best that Goot has put together. McKinney has been so solid for the Packers. Maybe didn't put up the actual box score stats this season, but that's because he really doesn't get targeted that much because he's pretty good at what he does. He didn't really get those, 8 interceptions, whatever he had in his first season with the Packers, because teams learn to not throw his way all the time. But Xavier McKinney still a very strong presence in the Green Bay secondary that is rather a thin one. But that's going to take me into the last point. We talk about McKinney. Who else's contract could Green Bay restructure? Per Ken Ingalls on X, he kind of took a list of a couple of names for the Packers on who could be restructured, saying remaining roster bonuses, the Packers could target to cap restructure. The most expensive on this list, Aaron Banks at $9.5 million, followed by Nate Hobbs at $6.25 million, Zach Tom at $3 million, Lucas Van Ness at $1.72 million, Brandon McManus at $1 million, Isaiah McDuffie at $0.75 million. Not really sure how the Packers will go in direction of this. I think Nate Hobbs, that's probably the best chance out of the higher contracts here, out of the higher numbers that could be restructured out of these bonuses. I think definitely Nate Hobbs is the top target. It would be nice if all these guys could restructure. I mean, Brandon McManus, what do you do with him? Can he restructure his contract? Kind of a messy situation there. But Aaron Banks leading the way with $9.5 million in bonuses, hoping that it can all get restructured. The Packers, need to climb up a little bit higher than 23rd in the NFL amongst cap space, but it's nice that they are finally under the cap. But that's all I got for today's episode of Packers Latest. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm glad I could get it done on the road. Hopefully the video was still productive for you guys. I appreciate you tuning in as always, and go Pack Go.